Yeah, don't use anything
And
besides that. Don't go above 1080p. I've had this discussion before, but like I
uh
genuinely hate unless you need scaling for the sake of accessibility,
hmm
just don't bother with scaling at all.
I'm 100% with you. I am again just very simple. I two 1920 by 1080 monitors. They're probably what 20 or 21 inch,
Oh,
and
small ones.
yeah, small ones. I don't need anything large.
Mhm.
And what else? I mean, my computer right now, the main one I'm using, I got like a couple of them just hanging around in a little server or whatever. But the main one I'm using is I think it's got a 1660 Super in it, NVIDIA,
Mhm.
and it's got a terabyte, and it's an AMD Ryzen 3700X, I think. I'm
Okay.
not even
Okay.
sure anymore. It's been forever since I've opened it up. So I custom built that one, and then I've just used it for the last 5 or 6 years.
Mhm.
Um, and what I'm very interested in, I just ran a couple polls back to back
Mhm.
the last couple days, and I don't know how often you do that on your channel, but
Not super often, but
I
I do
I
see the
think you should
polls
try,
there.
Brody.
Mhm.
You get some wild like insights into just the world of, well, not only Linux but like computers and the people who are listening to you, right?
I have done ones in the
Uh,
past about like,
okay,
Wayland usage and things like that, but I haven't done any like really recently.
okay. So the recent ones I've done were on just like little goofy things. So like, how much storage space does your system have?
Mhm.
And it is wild how many people have over like 2 terabytes of storage space. It
Mhm.
blows my mind. None of I don't have a single computer in here that has over a terabyte. I was like blown away. 38% of people have over 2 terabytes.
Well, how
And then I
much
told
is
them,
a let me just go on with that. I'm just gonna check how much drive prices are.
sure. Um, and the I started like looking scanning through the comments because I love reading the comments.
Mhm.
Um, there's so many people with like over 10 terabytes just hanging out on their
Okay,
computer.
those are not normal people.
I'm like, how many of you guys have? That's like 10 terabytes, 72 terabytes. I mean, like, just insane amounts
Mhm.
of storage space. And then previously to that, there was a lot of people with 14, which is really weird too. I don't
Mhm.
know how they got 14, but before that one, I got even more responses on the RAM. And what do you think is like, the highest?
Well,
Or sorry,
I've actually
you
voted
already
on it.
looked at it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So I mean, 16 gigs, which I kind of knew, right?
Yeah, it makes
And that's
sense.
yeah, that makes sense.
Still
But
the recommendation like amongst like gaming audiences. So that would make
yeah,
sense.
yeah. And anytime I look at like the Steam survey,
Mhm.
it's always like 16's kind of like
Mhm.
taking the cake. But 32, 32 gigs is right behind it at 33%.
That
That blew my mind.
I think is due to the move into DDR5.
Hmm.
32 is basically becoming like the new baseline of like the minimum they'll even give you without like going out
Really?
intentionally going and finding less.
See, I
Um,
didn't know that.
yeah, like, it's something you probably wouldn't have noticed unless you actually were looking at PC hardware like recently.
Hmm.
Um, I've been like in the market to upgrade my system. Otherwise, I
Hmm.
wouldn't have known that as well.
Oh, gotcha. So what are
Um,
you getting then? You gotta
uh,
spill the beans.
I'm probably gonna upgrade to like a 7800 X3D or whatever it is. The
Mhm.
generation before the new generation coming out of AMD
Yeah,
CPUs.
yeah.
My GPU's fine. I've recently bought a new one, a 6750 XT, but I'm currently running a 3600X, so upgrading my CPU is going to involve a motherboard, CPU, and RAM upgrade.
Oh, wow.
So it's gonna
You're
be a
doing it
bit.
all. Well, at least you're gonna have a powerhouse. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah. As for drive prices,
Mhm.
if you just want to go mechanical hard drives, this is Australian pricing, so US pricing is like
30% more?
no, it's US pricing is a lower number, so like 75%
Oh,
of this.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
so a 4 terabyte mechanical hard drive is $169, so like 120, 130-ish US.
What?
If you want to go NVMe,
Yeah.
$159 for a 2 TB SSD.
Jeez, it's gotten cheap.
Yes, it has.
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't realize that. Again, it's been like 6 years since I've touched a new computer. Funny enough, the last computer I bought, I specifically looked for for the same exact setup that I had because I was like, I know it works.
Mhm.
I don't have to change anything. You know, I've been programming on that environment for quite a while,
Mhm.
and it's been getting me through the rendering and everything's fine on that. So I was like, I'm just gonna buy the exact same thing. It cost me $350, which is
Wow.
really cheap. Yeah, I was surprised. It's what's it called? I think it's a Dell oh shoot.
Optiplex?
Optiplex? Yeah,
Yeah.
Optiplex. I don't even know what version it was. I just like picked it up at the local computer hardware center.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if it
I'm
works, it works.
dude, I'm running on a potato, I know.
Let's see. I'm just looking at random Dell Optiplex prices here. This is a Dell Optiplex 7070 i5 9500T, 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs storage, 400 Australian. You know what? This is actually a really good deal.
There we go. That's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, except mine was refurbished. Is that one refurbished?
I don't. Maybe? Is it?
I would hope. I mean,
Yeah, at a
being
price
that
like
old.
that, I would assume so.
Yeah. No, that's nice, man.
I've only ever like built my own PCs because like I've always
Uh-huh.
had like an interest in gaming. I've never really looked at like what you can get if you want to just grab one of these like, you know, basically computers that like an office is going to buy 100
Right.
of them and just stick under a desk.
Yep, that and I used to be the same way as you.
Mhm.
I used to build my own and then time ran out.
Right.
So I was like, I'll just pick something up, but I will in the future again. It takes a while. I don't know about how long it takes you, but it definitely takes hours if you want to do it right.
Yeah, I'm very paranoid I'm going to do something wrong, so it's usually like a day process for me.
Gotcha. Yep, same here.
The
I don't
last
want a
time
bent pen or
when
something.
I built this system, it was just before COVID, so that was just before like the prices went up.
Yeah.
I remember seeing my old GPU, which was like a RX 570, I think it was, and I bought it for like 300 Australian. I could have
Yeah.
sold it during that for like 600. Like,
Oh.
because that was like COVID price raise and like the crypto boom as well. So people were buying up
Uh-huh.
any GPU they could find.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, you should have thought about going
I needed a
without
GPU, though.
a GPU. Yeah. Yeah, that's a rough one.